Welcome to the Bunny Show, live.
Sex saves marriages. Some say I'm a goddess with both brains and compassion. I say I'm 20% girl brain and 100% fun. I want to help you navigate the labyrinth that is the female mind. If you're not having sex with her, what are you even doing? It's only too much sex when it interferes with your mission. What we're talking about translates not only into success with women, but into social and business interactions across the board with anyone. I want you to win in life, in business, and primarily in sex. I'm like Dr. Ruth meets Nina Hartley, except I only take my clothes off in public when there's tequila shots involved. I'm so excited for the show. Are you ready? Let's do this. Good morning, good morning. Welcome to Bunny Church. Welcome to the Bunny Show live. I am your resident sex expert, and I am going to do a little something different today. I'm actually pretty excited about this. I had a plan, and then this morning when Fort Worth and I were doing our Sunday morning workout, genuinely actually exercising, I came across something that I really want to show you guys. And so I'm going to do something unusual in that I'm going to show you a clip, which is not my typical spiel for the Bunny Show Live. Also, speaking of my shows, guys, if you missed my interview with Lee Jordan yesterday, it was fantastic. You guys, so many of you came out of the woodwork every time. We had some scheduling conflicts, and so mostly on my side. And so it took us about a month and a half from our original time that we were supposed to meet. But every single time that I said, I'm having Lee Jordan on the show, so many of you reached out and said, Lee is a great guy. I love following his stuff. I love his content. And the greatest thing is he has no ulterior motive. He's not on Twitter X to make money. He's on it to just kind of live life and be a part of the conversation. And so I love that he has no ulterior motive to being on a show like mine, and yet he opened himself up to being on with me, and we had a really great conversation. It was so good. Good morning, Marty. Good morning, CD. I'm so excited you guys are here. So if you did not catch it, Fort Worth just put the link in the chat box, but it's also under the playlist Bunny Interviews. It was really good. It was really fucking solid. Now, with no further ado, I a little bit different for this show this morning because I want to show you guys a clip. So I'm going to shut up for a second, and I'm going to make this video. I don't know if any of you guys have seen this yet. It just popped up on me this morning, but this is, first of all, this is truly how Girl Brain works. I mean, this is such a good representation. This is, I'm going to say all this, and then I'm actually going to show you the video. This is how Girl Brain works, like around the house. This is why girls get infuriated the longer they're with someone, infuriated when they have to do everything, when a guy, when a family, makes a mess everywhere, when a man says, I'm going to bed, and he goes straight to bed and he actually is asleep. and she takes 20 steps because she has to do this and this and this and this and this and this. Now, I want to make very clear, and I feel like you guys know me well enough at this point, but I want to make very clear that I'm not suggesting that all of this stuff isn't like her own doing and her own responsibility. But I want to talk about this video in particular this morning because something struck me that is even, I think, beyond what the point of the post was. So I want to talk about it, but first I want to show it to you in case you haven't seen it. Whew. Okay, I'm going to shut up long enough to play this. And it is a minute and a half, so just hang tight. Can you hear it? Yeah. Okay. Well, I can. I had this all set up. Guys, if you can't hear it, I'm going to smack myself. No, there's no fucking sound. No fucking sound. Hold on. This is not rocket science, I realize. Okay. All right. I'm on. I'm going to start it over. Can't hear it. Damn it. Motherfucker. That is no way to speak at Bunny Church. Why does this work every single morning and not working today? Okay, I'm going to talk you guys through it. I'm not going to get irritated. I'm just going to talk you through it. Well, it was turned up all the way. That's so weird. Like, it's literally turned up all the way. Marty, let me try one more time. Yeah, that's not going to work. Okay, I'm going to talk you guys through this. I know, watching Gen Xers struggle with the internet is really irritating. But here's what happens. So this girl is whining. Her husband is recording her. I will say that means that this husband is used to recording her because she is a content creator. I think this is a very important part of this story. Okay. Yes, I will send the link over. So she says that she wanted to do one thing, but then she realized she wanted to have the kitchen was dirty. And then, oh God, I mean, just look at this. This is, he sees this exact face all the fucking time, right? Okay. So she goes over. First, I was going to make myself a carrot juice, but then I realized there are no clean glasses. I'm going to do my irritating voice because this girl really is driving me crazy. Now, I want to point out that she has no clean glasses, but she has, I don't think you can see. It looks like she had probably done content around the subject of having carrot juice. So, because all of the things are nice and neatly chopped in bowls in that corner of her kitchen, of her extremely messy kitchen. So then she says, so then I wanted to wash a glass, but everything in the dishwasher was clean. And so I needed, it was all this stuff about how she needs to, the sink is full of dirty dishes. She needs to load the dishwasher. Then I realized the dishwasher is clean and it's completely full. So I need to unload the dishwasher. It's annoying, isn't it? This is an annoying video. And she's bitching about all of these things. I don't know who else she expected to do these things, but she's complaining about it. Okay. Let's see. And then as I was unloading the dishwasher, I've only watched this one time, and yet I know it so well. I noticed that there are these clothes of so-and-so's on the counter and they need to be put away. So she puts the bowl down. She takes the clothes into the child's room. And actually, these just look like towels and they still have their tags on them. But that's neither here nor there. That's just me nitpicking at this point. Then I walk in here into this disastrous child's bedroom. And I notice that there is a disaster and that there are other clothes on the floor. Other clothes on the floor that all need to be put away. Now, literally everything in this child's bedroom is out on the floor and nothing is in the closet. And yet, for some reason, it's her obsession that suddenly it needs to be taken care of. And then, I forget what's next. Probably something about laundry or something. Then I get into the kitchen and I need to make a list. That's right. I need to make a list of what all I need. And I need to go to the grocery store. And then there's this, and then she picks up a pen, or she looks for a pen to try and make the grocery list. And then I can't find a pen. And so I put it on my phone. And then when I pick up my phone, this is so fucking annoying. Then she picks up her phone and realizes, this is very important, realizes her publicist or manager or whatever has emailed me about doing an interview on da 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 da. And then, so I can't go on an interview looking like this, so I have to go put on eyelashes. That's her main concern in that moment, that she goes and puts on eyelashes, which I have issue with to begin with. And then she goes into this other disastrous room, which is her bathroom, and she's still whining and bitching. And this goes on for a minute and a half. And she has accomplished nothing. She's accomplished absolutely nothing in all of this. Okay, I'm copying this. I'm going to put it in the chat box. She's accomplished nothing in all of this. And she has a disastrous house. So she's done nothing. She's bitched about all of it. And she absolutely is in a shithole. A beautiful home, a beautiful house, a beautiful structure, a lot of potential, but nothing. Oh my gosh. She's so annoying. Okay, now, if that will send, I'm putting that down. And we're going to talk about this. So, here is, okay, so first of all, yes, that is how girl brain works. Unfortunately, which is why men get so frustrated because, you know, you guys are like, A plus B equals C. And it's like, I have this task to do. I'm going to get this done. And, you know, I'm going to go about my business. Girls, this is how it works. It's like, I'm going to bed. Okay. On the way to bed, I see laundry. On the way to bed, I see laundry. I need to start the laundry. When I get to the laundry, it needs to be moved. There's stuff in the wash that needs to be moved to the dryer. There's stuff in the dryer that needs to be folded. I fold the laundry. Like, this is how this works. Meanwhile, he goes, I'm going to go to bed. He gets up from his recliner. I don't know why in my world, like in my imagination, all men are in recliners except for mine because I absolutely loathe recliners. I guess that's why. Anyway, I get up from my recliner. I brush my teeth and I go to bed. And like I'm asleep before she even like gets to the washer. But what stood out to me about this is the real reason that this woman is making that hideous face at the end of this video. Let me just remind you, because you know this guy sees this a lot. This hideous face at the end of this video is because of that email that she had on her phone. Because she's a content creator. Because she is trying to build a brand aside from when she appears to be otherwise a stay-at-home mom. So she's running around, probably $250,000 to $500,000 house, depending on where in the world she lives, where in the United States she lives. She is wearing at least $150 worth of just fitness wear. Not to mention, the stuff that you have done to your face, the lashes, all of the stuff that goes into helping her look great. It's a lovely home. It's a disaster area, but it wouldn't be a disaster area if she wasn't putting all of her effort into building a brand. If she were a stay-at-home mother, a stay-at-home wife who was able to completely embrace that role, she would not be running around making that face. Her husband would not be chasing her around, taking video of her whining for her channel. And make no mistake, I understand I'm a female, I'm a mom. Like, I understand that there's a little bit of a disconnect here. But I do want to point out that I also do not have small children. I was a stay-at-home mom. I was a true stay-at-home mom. And I would not have had daily live shows. I would not, be on Twitter X 24/7. There are a lot of things that because my kids are older, I'm able to do now. And it gives me something to do. Let's face it, keeps her busy. It helps that I'm also really good at it. That it's my passion and that you guys pay me to do it. So I appreciate that immensely, more than I think I can even express. But if this mother of small children was not trying to make herself internet famous, she would have a clean house. She would have a child that wasn't playing in a disastrous room on his own, just sitting in the middle of a shithole bedroom. Her very nice home would be clean. It would be straight, and at the very least, even if she's not a clean freak, which she looks like she's got enough anal retentive that she probably is a clean freak. She just isn't very good at it. It would be clean. It would be comfortable. It would be straightened. Instead of worrying about making content about making carrot juice, she would actually have already drunk the carrot juice. The dishwasher would have run last night. She would have emptied it this morning. The dishes from last night in the sink would be, or from after, running the dishwasher would be back in the dishwasher. The laundry would be kept up. She wouldn't care if she had lashes on, or even if she was vain. She would have a system where first thing in the morning, she just put her face on. This is how it's done. So she is running around here like a fucking whiny baby with her husband chasing her, which this is a whole other issue that I have, with her husband chasing her around with his phone up to capture it all. Not in a way that is like, can you believe how fucking wild this girl is spinning out of control? No, he's doing it for content. There's a difference. Like, whenever I'm shoveling pizza in my face, Fort Worth gets out his camera. Whenever I'm like pulling hair out of the shower drain, and I'm crouched and I'm like naked and I'm crouched down pulling nastiness out of the shower drain because it came off of my head, that's when Fort Worth pulls out the camera. He thinks it's hilarious. But they're not for content. He's not taking Insta photos of me in scenic locations. He's not chasing me around when I'm talking to you about how important my work is. So the main thing that you need to pull out from this video is that there is a dichotomous nature. Women were not created to be anything but a helper to their men, a compliment to you. So this is not complimentary to him. He does not have an easier life because all she's doing is walking around complaining about all that hasn't gotten done, which is all on her to-do list. He's not coming home from whatever job he has. Hell, he may be a content creator too, but he's not coming home from his job. Hey family, how's everybody? Oh my God, Dad's home. This is so awesome. Baby, dinner will be ready in 10 minutes. Are you thirsty? Do you need anything? You want to go get comfortable? It's almost ready. I got it in 10 minutes late, but it'll be ready by the time you get back downstairs. Hey guys, come say hi to Dad real quick. He just got home, and things are clean. Things smell nice. He's about to eat a good meal. He's about to have some nice time with his family where everyone's just kind of like relaxed and everyone can calm down after the day. This isn't a 1950s scene. This can be real life. But instead, we are allowing this kind of feminist behavior to be so invasive in our world that it's normal. Backtrack to another video that I saw this morning. And it was of a female presidential candidate that I've been watching because for all intents and purposes, she looked pretty fucking solid. I'm still a little bit confused as to why any woman would want to run for president if she's a mother and she's and a wife, and there's that confusion in my brain. But I thought she was pretty solid. And then this morning I saw a video where at least her team had put together kind of some clips of, and it sounds like it's pretty feministic. There, some offhanded comments where, like one time she's like, you want something done, you don't ask a man, you ask a woman, or something along that, one of those kinds of phrases. If you want to talk about strategy, you ask a man. If you want to actually do it, you ask a woman, something along those lines. And it was really disappointing to me. And then on the heels of that, I see this video where it's the same thing being lived out in real time, where this woman is essentially complaining about taking advantage of the wonderful life she could have. She would be happier if she weren't trying to be Instagram famous, TikTok famous, whatever. I guess that was a TikTok video. If she weren't trying to be internet famous, she would be happier. She'd be less stressed. She would be living in a clean space. She would be having a husband who's not following her around with a camera, but would be like giving her real human attention. Her kids would be, leaning on her and living life with her. I would be willing to bet that those kids sometimes are behind the camera as well. Hey, I need you to record this real quick while mommy does this. This is going to be their memory of their childhood, is their mom on their phone, talking to it, dancing to it, teaching it, conversing with people on it. This is their childhood. That 7-year-old who's playing in the floor alone in this disastrous bedroom because she doesn't have the wherewithal to say, before we get another thing out, before we get this toy out, you need to put the toy up you were just playing with. Or you need to spend 10 minutes picking all this stuff out of the floor. Or you need to spend, I'm going to set a timer, and for 5 minutes, you're going to hang your clothes up. None of that is going on because this wife and mother is so intent on being an internet sensation. And she may be making great money at this. I mean, we all know women can make great money just online. I mean, I hate to say it. The simps come out, the women come out, if they're aspirational, this girl's pretty cute. I mean, I'm not saying she's young. She's probably mid-30s. I'm not saying she looks like a bebopping 20-year-old, but she's not fat. She passes that basic test of not being fat. She's well dressed. She's well cared for. She's got the means to take care of herself, but she doesn't have the wherewithal to be a great wife, a great mother. She only has the wherewithal to focus on her career. Just like my father always said, you know, women in industry I can't think of the word. Oh gosh. From what he's seen, I'll just not think of the word. I'll just go with the definition. From what he's seen in his experience, women are either great at business or great at home. But when we try to do both, it inevitably fails on some level. So women can be great at business. Women can kick ass as executives, kick ass in industry, kick ass in middle management, because women will work themselves into the ground and think nothing of it. They will work more. They will accept less pay. All of these things. Now, we also have had the conversation on this very show that they also take off more. You know, I have a hair appointment. I have a doctor's appointment. So-and-so got sick. But if they are not trying to also have a family, the women who are truly great executives, either they don't have families, they don't have children, or they hire the help and essentially they don't interact with their families, which is a whole other topic of conversation. But women can be great at business, but they cannot have the distraction of family to be great at business. If a woman follows her God-given wiring to be a homemaker, to be a wife, to be a mother, these are the things that we're dreaming about when we're in preschool. We're not dreaming about ruling the world or running for president. We're dreaming about getting married and having babies. This is true for 98% of women out there, like hands down. And any woman who claims to be able to balance it all, she's talking about maybe this week she had a good week of balance. But next week's going to be a shit show and somebody's going to fall through the cracks. Period. The woman in this video is running herself ragged and getting nothing accomplished because she's trying to feed both sides of the same coin. She's trying to be both, you know. If she were focusing on being a wife, being a mother, being a homemaker, being her kids' taxi, all the things that we were genuinely built to do, she would be happier. She wouldn't be making that god-awful whiny face. And everyone else in the household would be happier and healthier. Their family unit would be better. I guarantee. And I hate to say this, but most women who are in this kind of position, they inevitably end up divorced. I mean, they just do. It's what happens because the internet fame, you know, fours in person or nines online. Just remember that. The internet fame that she gets or the clout that she gets from putting her lashes on and making sure that she's talking to her publicist or whoever that was, this business call over anyone else, you know, that's the most important thing. So she's going to get clout for that. She's going to start outgrowing him. Maybe she gets male attention somewhere. She is at a meet and greet. She meets somebody. She meets a fellow content creator at, you know, one of these con meetups, whatever, Comic-Con or, you know, those kinds of things, YouTube con, whatever. You know, one of these kinds of things, she will get pulled away. She'll fall in love with her publicist. She'll get pulled away. She'll start outgrowing him. She'll think, you never help me. You don't support me. You don't support my mission, my vision, my passion. This is my passion, making carrot juice for ladies in my active wear. Like, these are the ways these women think. How am I going to wrap this up? If you have a woman who is wanting to be a content creator, and maybe you haven't had children yet, or maybe you have small children in the home who are not, on their own, doing their thing. If you have small children in the home and your wife wants to be TikTok famous, I highly recommend that you get a hold of it, that you make sure that it never comes before the family, that you make sure that the goal is not to make money. Whenever the goal is not to make money, oftentimes she'll get bored with it. It's whenever she gets to a point where there's a goal of earning money from it, and maybe she has to have a creative team or assistants or something like that to help her, build her brand. That's where we have some problems. So if your wife, and most girlfriends are on TikTok in some way, shape, or form. But if you make sure that, and I know you guys need one more job on your plates. Like, I know you need one more thing to have to manage, to take care of, to lead through. But your girl is your responsibility. Your happiness is your responsibility. Your quality of life, I should say, because happiness is a very loose term, a very, loosey-goosey kind of thing. But your quality of life is absolutely dependent on the people who are in your life who either are adding or subtracting from it. So if your girl is an Instagram poster, if she's on TikTok, if she is always talking about the kind of video that she needs to put together next, she's planning for the next, she's editing videos. If she's doing all of these things, it's inevitably going to interfere with your quality of life. This is a big factor, So I'd like to encourage you to lead that relationship. Have fun with it. Maybe have a joint account. Maybe have it all be about both of you, just doing goofy shit, having fun, not trying to necessarily monetize it. Sometimes channels just blow up. That's awesome. I mean, sometimes it just happens because the dynamics there, the cute factors there, the silliness is there, the information is there. Sometimes it just happens. Rarely, but sometimes it just happens. But make sure that it's never, that there's a clear delineation and understanding. This is for your quality of happiness that I'm saying, that your quality of life that I'm telling you this, that there is an understanding that it will never interfere with your quality of life, with your family life, with your children's well-being, with dinner being on the table, whatever your rules are. There are some guys out there who are great at leading, but they're also pretty progressive. My ex-husband loved to cook. He said when we were going to get married, he said, "Do you mind if I do all the cooking?" I said, "No, I do not. I love to cook. I'm very good at it." Despite what you guys have seen on the internet where Fort Worth and I have shown his horrible taste in meat patties, I'm actually a great cook. But he said, "I love to cook. I was raised, he was an ex-fireman. He always cooked. He was raised to cook. He loves it. He had a passion for it. He was good at it." I love it. Absolutely. I was in charge of bread and dessert. It was wonderful. So there are some guys out there who genuinely, you're the clean freak of the family. You're the one who wants everything to smell like bleach. I respect that. But for the most part, those are like outliers. Those are not the norm. The norm is what we're talking about today. Today, we're talking in grand generalizations of making sure that your quality of life is the absolute highest it can be. And I'd like to encourage you that if you want a truly high quality of life, even in this day and age, your girl being on the internet, always making herself look as good as possible, maybe rarely showing you, sometimes showing the kids, but only in relation to like her with them and not you. If she's needs a team and talks about her brand and is getting brand deals and is making her money, these are all red flags for your future. It may seem really fucking awesome right now. It may be amazing to hear now, but be cautious and be aware of what's going on in your house and under your roof, because it will affect your quality of life in the long run and will probably be to the detriment of your relationship. That was kind of a depressing topic, but it's one that needs to be discussed, and it needs to be discussed in depth. So I hope that, I feel like a lot of people probably see themselves in this video and in this situation, and have seen it in their own lives. You know, I feel for you. I do. And if you need to reach out to me, if you need to talk through like kind of the best ways to maybe approach your specific situation, feel free to reach out. I mean, I'm there, you know. I only do consults because people started asking me to do consults. But if you go to myplayboysbunny.com/men, you will see a consult request there. And again, whenever women allow this content creation to get in the way of their family, of their relationships, of your quality of life, that's when you have a real problem on your hands. And I will put these caveats out there also, because I've already addressed, I know I'm a female, like making content and on Twitter and all this stuff. Like, I get it. This is why I do live shows. This is why I sit down, I turn the camera on. It's immediately in your phone, on your computer, and I turn it off and I go about my day. Whenever I shut this camera off, I completely forget what I just talked about. Fort Worth and I laugh about this all the time, because we'll have a show or a podcast recording, and as soon as it's kind of out of the brain, it's truly gone. The truths are still there, but I'm like, I don't remember what I talked about. What did I just spend an hour talking about? But this is why I do live video instead of something pre-recorded, because if I pre-record, then I edit, then it takes too long, or I hire it done. That's ridiculous. I'm a mom. I'm a girlfriend. I run a household. I have a lot of things going on. So when I produce content for you guys, it's because it's the stuff that I've been asked to do, and because I try and do it in the most efficient, effective way possible to make sure that you get the information without me sacrificing my kids, my man, my household, and my life. So I want you to have a high quality of life also, in every way, from your relationships to your sex life, to picking up girls, to running rotations if that's your desire, to fucking the same woman for 35, 45, 55 years. I want you to have the absolute highest quality of life in all respects. And that's why I'm here. And that's why I'm so grateful to you for tuning in to the Bunny Show live. So thank you for tuning in today. That is all I've got for today. I hope that it's spoken to you in the way that I intended. And I hope that if this applies to your life, that you will take action starting in this moment. So thank you so much for joining me. I will see you tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Central Standard Time for Wake Up with Bunny, where I literally make coffee, put lipstick on because otherwise you absolutely cannot see my lips that I even have them. I sit down at my desk, I turn the phone on, and we talk about what we see on the internet for 30 minutes. So I will see you guys hopefully tomorrow morning when we all wake up with Bunny. Until then, I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.